What's up, everybody? I'm the Mangoose. You are awesome, and Jellyknees and I were lucky enough to be invited to cast the Overprime tournament held by Get Through Gaming. This is only the beginning of community-organized competitions, and there will be plenty more from GTG when Overprime releases in early access. Be sure to join their Discord linked in the description below for more information. We'll start with the NA semifinals, move on to the EU semifinals, and then the finals are a best of 3. Like the video if you enjoy it, subscribe for updates on all of the Paragon remakes, but for now, let's get to the games.
And there it is.
And we're
heading
off.
into the draft mode. Exciting stuff, Mangoose. All right, this is a 5v5. All these teams are working together. They did sign up for this tournament together, so it'll be really interesting for us to see this draft be played out. Looks like we're going to have Raven on Shade. No big surprise there. Cosmos, Ira, Bora, and Tau on the left side. No hard tank for that left team.
Yeah, not a lot of tankiness there. Oh, we've got a Han. We've got a Han from Exestrator. Han can be very, very dangerous if played well.
These are two very different team comps. We do have two 80s on the right team with Colt and Scud, and only one on the left. The Team Hailstorm is relying on those shields from that Ira to be able to survive through team fights, which could be beneficial, but Narbash's heal is a permanent health tool, so it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. We're going into the game already. It was a very fast draft. Everybody knew what they wanted to play going in, and we're loading into the game. All right. Let's see where we are. We are heading out. Let's follow our Shade. There we go.
And I'll be following their Colt. I gotta remember to use the Overprime specific names throughout this. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
All right, looks like both teams are
meeting in the middle.
An eye out here. They're grouping up, maybe looking for an invade.
Fight already.
Going in there. Got mid duking it out. They're in the Shadow Well heading toward the red buff. Let's see if we can duke something out here. Ooh, there is a stun that lands from the Narbash on their Jaywalk on Tau. That is 4 members. That will be an early kill. 5 men all there. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Blub is looking for something there. Looks like they may hang out and steal that red buff. They forced Team Hailstorm off of the map. And that was absolutely a brilliant fight from them, going in there, taking advantage of what they had and using it to their best of their ability. That was great, Mangoose. I mean, we were talking just last game how invades don't usually pay off, but here they are proving us wrong once again.
And they're setting up a party bush again. They're setting up in the Shadow Well, just waiting. But
they will go over, and they are taking that red buff away.
Big damage from Cosmo, and they answer back with another kill.
I did, unfortunately, I missed that, but the 3 mid lane set it up and did trade 1 for 1. So that's absolutely, I mean, this is insane to see that they're already going through like that. Let's check on the duo lane. Duo lane is already farming it out. Looks like they're going to counter steal that red buff as well. Or sorry, the blue buff from Team Zestrator, knowing that their red is gone. Blub is there right in front of them. Tau is trying to get back into this game a little bit.
But Tau's low and he's getting engaged by Han. Han deals significant amounts of damage just right off the top. But he's
does need to run very carefully. Bora is there fighting it out with Han, but Han does back off a little bit there. Looks like Tau will get out free, but is not healthy going into this. He's going to have to take some time to heal back up using his starting item, that Smite, and then using his health potion as well. Looks like in the duo lane, we've got a fight breaking out. Raven is going low health. The level 2 advantage was on the favor of Team Zestrator. Looks like they're going to be poking out a little bit. They have the minions under tower, and they're backing off a little.
This is a far more
the Tau is getting engaged on by the Han again. Han is tower diving, and Han does get the kill on Tau. Bora now fighting it out with him, trying to decide who's going to take it.
He's going to take the kill from the tower.
And die indeed.
But Bora does still get credit for that kill.
This is an exciting game, man.
Yeah,
We've already seen a lot of stuff going on.
Two far more aggressive
both
teams.
Absolutely insane. All right, let's see here. We've got Tau going back into his jungle. And let's follow up with that duo lane. What are health levels looking at? Raven is back to basically full health. Ira is half health, but the Narbash helps both members of Team Zestrator stay full themselves in order to go through there.
We've got a roam from, we've got Han, and we've got Murdoch. I'm not sure, is the Murdoch juggling? Is that what?
It looks like the Murdoch is juggling. Let's check. Yeah, Murdoch is running the jungle item right now, or the Scud, sorry. is running the jungle item. Looks like in the dual lane, we do have Team Zestrator Cult just takes the mana buff. Tau is looking for a gank onto that left lane, but Valora is coming over. Valora does see Tau. Tau has to back off. Valora is there, going in for that 3-man gank. Gets a knock up on Raven. Raven has to flash out and will survive that fight just barely.
That is a flash down, and that is some mana sucked out of him by that Void Drone.
Absolutely. That Void Drone is incredible with how big the range is on it. So
we had that
absolutely amazing work there. Ooh, Bora comes in from the right side. Dual lane is now taking some heat. The Cult does have to blink out, and the Narbash, or the Ulla does go down. 4 members in the right lane for Team Hailstorm. That was a very early and aggressive teleport across the map. For those of you that don't know, you can use the portals on either side of the minimap from right or left lane to transfer to the other lane. There are charges on that. You do have to hope that there's a charge there, but it takes you immediately across and can open up a lot of options for your team to gank and get back in the game.
Now mid lane we've got
5 kills in less than 5 minutes, Mangoose. Absolutely insane.
In mid lane we've got a Cosmos against a Bellica, which I find is a very hard matchup for Bellica or for Valora. Unless she could take a lot of his mana. But oh man, she is just rocking it. She is nailing these ground slams. The ground slams I think are a little easier to dodge than Cosmo's abilities, but Valora nailed it. Both these teams very good.
We do have their Scud that did invade the jungle, looking in the Shadow Well potentially for something here. Might be able to kneel down and stop the back. He does indeed. Scares that Cosmos back a little bit there. Looks like we do have the Cult and everybody going in on the left lane again. Oh, they backed out. We've missed it just a little bit, but we have 2 members being the Tau and Bora looking to teleport across potentially on that Cult and Ullug. Let's see. Oh, they decide to back off. Han is rotating from the right lane toward the center, helping out his Scud. Scud jungle is a very interesting choice. I admire them for taking it and really risking the their early game on it, knowing that he's not going to have as good of ganks as the Tau will in this game.
The Han is very low, but he's sticking in there and just healing up through his passive lifesteal.
All right, looks like Colt is taking that mana buff again. Bora does teleport across, is invading on the Colt right now. Bora does get about half health on the Colt.
This should be a dead Colt.
Ooh, maybe not. He does die indeed. Bora gets the kill on that, giving Team Hailstorm a 4th kill so far. We do have the Prime Spirit buff already up on the map, Mangoose, with 6 minutes, and then the Orb Prime does spawn in another 40 seconds. This is a Water Prime Spirit, which does give mana regen, and I believe cooldown reduction. Is that correct, Mangoose?
It's mana and health regen.
There it is.
Cooldown reduction comes from wind.
So, I mean, that's the Water Prime Spirit would be perfect for Team Zestrator in this game, because Narbash being able to have a mana regen means he can keep his heal up more often, which keeps the team a little bit healthier. Let's see what's going on. We've got Raven in there.
Collapse on Han. Han being very aggressive, but it might not work out for him. I'm not sure what he was doing roaming over here. But he got picked up by a ward that was set down by Cosmos.
Ooh, and that is a Cosmos ult.
But he ults away with the sword. Very nicely done.
Oh, look, we've got a 7-minute prime buff going on for the other team. Han is the distraction crew. They're looking for an early prime.
That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. That
is
amazing.
Bora is nearby. Bora does hear that this is going on. Let's see if the Prime Spirit can go down here. They do have to come off to stop that Bora from doing anything, but they're going to stick it out with a Scud there.
With 2 ADCs, yeah.
They're able to deal a lot of damage to this very, very quickly.
We've got a rotation coming from Hailstorm, but it's not going to be in time.
It will not be in time for the kill, but let's see if they can make up for it. Colt is the one carrying. Let's see if they can get out. They do indeed. They have a clean escape getting out of there. And Mangoose, you know what? That Han didn't die. The Han survived all of that onslaught.
That Han, by far.
Nope. I spoke a little too soon. Han took a greedy back in the Shadow Well where he's not invisible and did go down there. We've got 4 left defending this Prime Dunk with 4 members of the Team Zestrator still alive. It'll be very interesting to see what they do with this dunk. They don't have a Muriel or a Ira, so they cannot use her ultimate to get the dunk in there. And with 1 member down, they're under the gun a little bit here. Now, the other downside that they have to deal with is that the tier 1 tower in the left lane is still up. So they are only pathing to get to that orb prime dunk is through the jungle, unfortunately, which really restricts their options. It would have been better for them to potentially take that tier 1 and then go for prime, but I mean, they took the moment when they had it.
And now I mean, everybody's collapsing over onto this lane. The dunk lane.
We do see that the Han is back. Han is making his way downtown, going around everybody. Let's see what's going on. Now, to remind everybody, this is Team Hailstorm on the blue side and Team Zestrator on the orange side. This is the semifinal match of the Get Through Gaming Overprime closed beta tournament. There will be more tournaments in the future, guys, so if you want to get involved, you are more than welcome to do that in the next test and the next time that they have one of these tournaments.
They are just tower diving like mad.
Ooh, Colt takes a lot of damage there. Now
a...
has to back up a little bit, but they do get a kill on the Bora. Colt should probably be handing off the Orb Prime to Han, who has a little bit better engage and escape. There he does.
There's the handoff. There's the handoff.
It's like I was just telling them what to do in the game.
And even though they took so much damage, that Narbash is just healing them right up.
Exactly, and that's the power of the Narbash. Han is trying to go in there,
They've
go
got
around,
minions under tower,
making a play for the Prime Dunk. Now, there is a limited time for them to dunk this orb. Ooh, we did see Han get ulted by the Shade. Let's see what's going to happen there. Break it down. Han is going for the dunk. Han survives with a lot of health. He's going in to dunk it. Now, this will give a lot of damage to the team right across the board.
There's the dunk.
We've got the Orb Prime heading through the mid lane. Team Zestrator now heading over there to help support it with 3 members down on Team Hailstorm. Hailstorm had the lead, but unfortunately chasing down that Han really cost them a lot of ground in this game.
It did. That Han just provided such a great distraction. And now they are full pushing with this Prime.
Prime, that basically means that they're going to get this inhibitor. Let's see what we wake up to here. Back out a little bit on our view. We do see Team Zestrator, bam, taking that inhibitor. Orb Prime still very, very healthy. Everyone on Team Hailstorm just trying to back up, regroup, and defend, but Cosmos goes down. Oh my goodness, Shade goes down. Bora goes down.
This might be game right here.
This could be the end of the game. 11 minutes in.
This is definitely the game. Almost as fast as our clear times for games. And this is in a competitive environment.
Insane. Jaywalk goes down. That will close out the game already. 11 minutes in, 5-13 in our semi-final match, Mangoose. And that closes it out.
Wow. Is how you play Overprime right there.
No, that exactly is how you play Overprime, Mangoose. I mean, that was... You and I have been playing a lot of this game, and that was basically our strat in function in this game.
Yeah.
Of go for the 7-minute Prime, dunk it in, and get that game out of there. Absolutely incredible work from Team Zestrator. If you look, actually 3 of them, it says have the Dakima Gemstone of Execution. So they had the jungle item. Or 4 of them, I apologize.
Yeah, so they could all smite the...
So they could all, smite Orb Prime. That is a brilliant, brilliant play from them. Let's look at these damage graphs a little bit here. We do see on Team Hailstorm, the Bora absolutely did a lot of damage for her team and really, really got going. Then on Team Zestrator side, we see Colt and Valora taking the damage and just absolutely running with it. What I really noticed here and what favored Team Zestrator in this case is they had the extra carry that was in the jungle. He had a slower start, but when that Orb Prime came up, he's got the attack speed to help deal with it. And they've got a really early game composition. We've got Colt there, we've got Colt, we've got Ulug, we've got Valora, Scud, Han. All of those people are very, very strong with those first 3 abilities already unlocked, right? They don't really need scaling over the course of the game. If you look at Team Hailstorm on the other side, though, we've got Cosmos, Shade, Tau, Bora, and Ira. Really, everyone except Bora needs to get to that 15-minute part of the game to really come online with their damage, right? Gideon goes out there, or the Cosmos goes out there and then can start 2-shotting people with his abilities. Shade goes out there, ults somebody, gets a guaranteed kill. Right, there's a lot of setup that takes this game, and they really, Team Zestrator just went out there and destroyed it with their early game composition. For all the laners, it is 1,150 gold. And that, I mean, that difference in gold makes it a very hard thing that if you have to back early and you only have 800 gold, you need the items to stay ahead in lane. You can't wait for that extra 300 to then back and get a tier 2 of your starting item. So it's a little interesting to see how the gold disparity is there, and I wish they had more components building into those higher tiered starting items.
And it looks
All
like
right,
we
we
are
do
off,
see-
and we've got a very tanky team on the red side here.
Absolutely. We've got, I mean, Ira for shields. We've got the Han, who's already tanky and has his lifesteal. We've got Demorius, Shade, and Bora all going in there. There's that Bora that we see almost every game. On the left side, they're still deciding on who they're going to pick, but we do see a Scud jungle come out again. So that's something very interesting. The Scud jungle is not something I've seen in my games personally, Mangoose, but now this is 2 of these tournament games that we've seen this come out in.
It's a popular choice. That's crazy.
The only carry jungler that I've seen is actually the Sparrow jungle, which didn't quite work, but it is something that they did. Okay, we've got Uruk, Cosmos, Colt, and Valora on the left side now, all coming out. So a little bit of tankiness, but they are missing a support, Mangoose.
I'm guessing it's going to be a Valora support?
No, it's Cosmos and Colt are the ones that have preferenced the duo lane.
Oh,
so
I have seen Cosmos support.
support.
I have seen that a few times now. Once he gets his ultimate, that is a pretty good supporting ultimate. And then he has his suction cup that he can throw down. I don't know. Interesting choice. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, I'm completely with you on that one, Mangoose. But let's get into this game as we see these teams take off through the lanes. It looks like we're going to see 5 people going off to that left side for the blue team. Let's see what we're going to see here. Looks like, so Cloud9 is the blue team, and then the Italian team, I apologize, I'm not going to butcher that name in Italian, is on the orange side. Let's see what's going on here. We've got orange team spreading out, trying to keep an eye on all of their jungle camps, while the blue team is potentially going in for something early here. Blue team, just Fun Cool just dropped a ward in that Shadow Well. Let's see. And they do have another ward. There we go. Bam. The ward game. 3 wards out this early in the game already, Mangoose.
You don't see that often. You don't see that often in Overprime.
Fighting over the wards. I love it. I love
That's
it.
the difference between competitive environment and just casual play.
Is the vision. Absolutely. Vision comes in way too key when it comes time to play these games. Interestingly, who... Oh, that's right. We're going to see the Scud jungle on the Cloud9, and then Demorius jungle for our orange team as well. Uruk is heading over to his lane. Scud is taking that red buff. This should be very interesting. Ira is still watching that Shadow Well.
She's backing right now. I don't know why.
She's backing. Whoa. She only had 30 gold, Mangoose, so it's not like she picked up anything. Oh, we've got Bora taking a lot of damage in that mid lane from Valora. Let's see. Oh, Bora does make it out, but just barely. Oh, if she gets knocked up, she is down.
She goes down. Wow, you don't see that very often. Usually you see Bora
is the first death.
Very early game dominating the mid lane, but Ray Leos on Valora just completely shut her down. That's going to be big for them. Bora is one of those heroes that if they get out of hand early, then they're out of hand for the rest of the game. But yeah, not going to happen this time. It doesn't look like.
No, not at all. And it looks like we've got the enemy Han, Orange Team Han, is pushing up on Cloud9's Uruk, and might be looking for a
might
portal
go down.
Over. Oh, let's see the Scud 5. Scud does go down here. Demorius heading over back into his jungle with double buffs. That was a good kill, 1-1 right now, 3 minutes in. Oh, we do see Fun Cool getting a good combo land on that enemy shade for nerf. Let's see if they can make something happen out of it. There is a ward in that Shadow Well. Oh, and another damage. Good thing Ira was there for the shield. And Valora gets another kill on Bora.
I didn't even see that.
Oh my goodness.
Valora rocking it.
That is 2 kills already for Rayleos. That, I mean, Valora getting strong could end the game by itself because her damage is just through the roof. And she's got the CC to back it up as well.
Her ultimate does barely anything at tier 1. By the time you level it up to 3, like you saw it in the game that we played, like I panic ulted a Gideon not expecting anything, and he just died.
Absolutely. And if their mana is low enough, that thing, the scaling on that due to the mana damage is absolutely wild sometimes. Now we've got Bora back in the mid lane. Scud is going to... Ooh, Scud walks over a ward, but does not clear it. So Bora does know he's there. He did get the reveal that he should know, but we've got Uruk getting ganked now by the Demorius and Han working together. Scud now heading in there potentially for a gank. Let's see if he ends up taking it. Boom. We've got Demorius fighting it out with Uruk in the right lane, but Bora is on her way to assist. And Han is there as well. Looks like Uruk might be going down here. Scud has to get out of dodge. Let's see what happens. Uruk is low. Going to be very, very close. Uruk does go down indeed. Han will survive. Now, Scud and Valora heading over to the right lane trying to make something happen, but by the time they get there, the team will be
they're
gone.
going to be out. And this Cosmo support has been rocking over here in the duo lane. Like, he has been dealing so much damage.
So that's one of the things about an Ira support, is that if you can cause her to use her mana, there's suddenly no more shields involved. And so if he just keeps on poking her, requiring her to use that shield to defend her carry, it basically means that she's going to be out of mana very, very quickly. If they keep control of that mana buff as well in that lane, they could really starve her out and get some damage going.
And right now we have Scud, Valora at level 5, Colt at 4, Cosmos at 3, Uruk at 4. And on the other team we have Demorius at level 4. We have Shade at level 4. We've got Ira at 3, Han at 5, and Bora at 4. So no ultimates unlocked yet. That's when the game gets really interesting.
Absolutely. We're about to see some of those level 6 come through here. Valora is probably right about there. It is level 6. About to go through. She's 2 levels up on that Bora. Already got 2 kills on her as well. Bora has to play safe and has to play back. Now, Valora is heading left where there's Scud, Cosmos, and Colt looking to potentially take that black buff, or the Prime Spirit buff, I apologize. Demorius is there trying to get some eyes on something that's going on. 3 in the left lane, 1 on the right lane, and 1 in the mid lane. Now, let's check on that Han and see how he's doing. Han is going for the side buff, maybe a teleport. Han is going to teleport over. They're trying to keep pressure on that Prime Spirit buff so the blue team cannot just take it for free. Han is not quite spotted by the Twin Blast. Oh, walks in there a little aggressively. Maybe got seen by the Twin Blast. We'll have to wait it out. But there are 4 on the left side for both teams. We have to, and now 5. Bora's heading over to the left lane to potentially make something happen here. There will be all 5 members. Funpool is hanging out in the bush. Might get caught out here.
He does have his teleport.
Oh, Demorius catches the Scud as well. Scud's trying to get out of there. We'll have to make something happen to not die.
Knockback, but the immediate dash back in.
Wow. Scud does not make it out alive. Just barely misses it. There are 5 members behind the tier 1 tower on the blue side of the map. They do have advantage over... Ooh, Bora almost goes down there because of that hiding in the bush. Valora's behind. They could go for a black buff here. We'll have to see what happens. The blue team is playing a little cautious, hanging back under that tower, trying to keep safe. Let's see if the orange team decides to go back in for that Prime Spirit. Ooh, the Murdoch laser, the Scud laser coming out of nowhere to kill Bora.
I didn't even see that.
Brilliant laser from the Scud there. Nice work, sir. All right, Han heading back to the right lane. Demorius clearing his jungle in the right side. And we've got Shade and Ira hanging onto their lane. But they are a level behind that Gideon and Colt, or the Cosmos and Colt. So let's see what happens. Does get a little bit of damage on the Cosmos there, but Cosmos does teleport out. Let's see if they can keep it all going.
We've got a fight over the green buff over here in off lane. Uruk and Han duking it out. Looks like Uruk was able to steal that green buff away from Han.
Perfect. Which is really good. So for those of you that don't know those side buffs, there is a green buff and a purple buff on either side of the lanes. Duo has the purple, solo has the green. Green gives you health back over time for a few seconds, and the purple gives you mana back over time for a few seconds. So they're very important for your respective lanes to manage and control.
An enemy tower is under attack.
And if anybody's confused as to why we keep referring to the Prime Spirit as the black buff, that's because back in Legacy Paragon, that is where the black buff would spawn. So we've kind of, Jelly sort of has coined that term of calling that the black buff, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
Hey man, I'm a Legacy player through and through, so that will always be the black buff for me.
Oh my god, Ray Leos just lands the double combo after a root. on Bora.
Ooh,
Bora barely makes it
perfect.
out.
That was a really good gank by Scud, knocking back the Demorius. Demorius does take a lot of damage from Raelios in that mid lane. We're going to have to see if they can make anything out of it. Doesn't look like it, though. Demorius will get out of there. Let's head on over back to the duo lane and see what's going on
We've just
over here.
continued
Duo lane
to-
is very playing it safe. They know that their lane can influence the game very much. So they're trying to make it out there, but looks like we've got Scud coming through, trying to clear something out. Oh, the Ira does fall down. 3 members on the left side. They're going to have to go through the jungle. Cosmos gets a
nice
perfect rock, and the Scud laser comes through to close it on out. Let's see if Demorius and Ira can get out of this in their jungle here. Ira does go down. That is 2 kills now for the blue team. Cloud9 pulling ahead at 5 kills to 3.
Now, do you believe that was a Valora ult that came out to secure that kill? And now they're going to turn that into an advantage. We talked about this before. You get some picks, and then you take an objective, and that's what they're doing right now. Looks like it's going to be the Earth Spirit, which will give them 5% increased defenses.
Wind Spirit, Wind Spirit.
Oh, that was the Wind Spirit. My bad.
Wind Spirit. So that is cooldown reduction and attack speed and movement speed, Mangoose, which is absolutely insane. All 3 of those stats are really, really strong in this game. So absolutely great to see those coming through for a Wind Spirit for the blue team, turning some kills into a lead. So we've got Bora coming mid with Demorius. 2 left is Shade and Ira, and then Han still farming it out in the right lane. Really, the most exciting thing we've seen this game so far is that Valora coming around and making things happen.
Yeah, I was about to say, Valora has been absolutely dominating this mid lane, and I'm interested to see how that's going to convert over into the rest of the game, because the Valora damage and just her CC as well. A Cosmo CC can, get a couple of people, but Valora can knock up an entire team sometimes. But she is in trouble right now as Demorius came over for the gank, but she makes it out quite easily and ends up dealing a significant amount of damage. Even her...
She does have her flash ability up. She does get the Demorius.
She turned it around on 2 people.
Oh, and the laser again coming through.
Oh,
now
this
Han
Scud
is behind this Valora. Let's see if Han can make something happen. Valora does still have her flash, I believe, so she may be able to make it out of there, but will not. Han will take her out, unfortunately. But that Scud is coming in now. Let's see if Scud can make something happen with this on. Han will shield, misses his dash a little bit there.
Oh, he goes into the E. He goes into the E. He's lobbing the grenades. He dealt more damage with those grenades than I've ever seen a Scud deal damage with those grenades just now.
That was absolutely amazing. This Scud is on point with his laser across the map. He's gotten 3 or 4 kills that we've seen Mangoose go across there. So absolutely doing some work. But let's see in the dual lane, Funcool is taking some damage from Nerf, the Shade. He does get a full Q off onto that, a full Obliterate, and his E as well. Now, there's something I want to talk about on this dual lane, Mangoose. We go over to the portal here. We actually see that the orange team has laid a ward right on the portal. So now if anybody like that Uruk was to transfer across, they are going to get immediately spotted by the orange team on that portal, which I think is a great ward for them to have placed there.
Wise move indeed.
Ooh, on the right lane, actually, we do see 3 people going across. Uruk is getting dove on by 3 people, but does make it under his tower despite a Demorius ult coming through. Back in the mid lane, we see Valora pushing down a tower with nobody in her lane. This tower might be free. Bora is on her way back from the right lane, but it may be too little, too late.
And that Demorius ult actually saved Uruk, I think. It knocked him up onto... Oh, Valora...
Oh, Valora's about to get another kill, potentially.
Oh, almost.
And she does get the root. She waited for it. Ooh. 1 hair of damage away from getting that kill. Scud's rockets, unfortunately, didn't close it out. But on the right side of the left lane, we do see a kill go down for Cosmos. Shade gets a kill there, which could open up a tower push on this left lane for us.
And Scud's pushing up into Demorius. And they do take that mid tower.
Perfect. That's a perfect mid tower. Shade does ult and does kill the cult, while Uruk takes the right tower down. We could see a left tower push that is 2 towers down for the orange team, no towers down for the blue team. Could open it up. The game is starting to progress, Mangoose. We see Shade has 2,000 gold on him, so could potentially open it up for him to make a good back and get a lot of damage, as he just received 2 kills.
It does seem that the duo lane is starting to push forward. Like the red side duo lane is starting to get an advantage in their lane.
Oh, in the left lane, we might see Ira go down. She does back aggressively and does go down indeed to Valora. Cosmos, and let's see, that was the Scud as well, while Shade does make it out. They took an aggressive back. Ira was backing basically in the center of the lane, so 3 people walked up on her and had no problem taking her out. Demorius is in the jungle, but he's being poked off by the Cosmos. Let's see if Demorius can come in here and help defend this tower a little bit. He does get behind them, but does get Scud right backwards. 4 people on him. Demorius will go down here. And we've got Bora coming through the portal and going right on back. Does not want anything to do with that. Orange team now is on. Ooh, Shade going down very quickly now. 5 members on this right side. Gideon does have a beautiful ult there and will take the kill and
tower
get
damage.
Out of there
oh,
as
nice.
well.
Did not expect him to get out of that tower damage.
Oh,
and they get the kill on Ira.
That was, whew, that was a very bad fight for the Orange team. 4 members died, and they lost a tower. Absolutely crucial that the blue team capitalized there, and they did.
And here I was just saying that the red team's duo was starting to dominate blue team's duo, but yeah, nope. Nope, they turned that right around.
Let's see what's going on. Uruk is pushing that right lane. There is no tower there, so Uruk really needs to be able to roam around the map a little bit more. This tower is not helping them out. The interesting thing is that Bora did place a ward on the other side of the portal now. So now they do have a ward. And honestly, a ward on one side of the portal is all you need, because you're going to see them either no matter which way they go.
Yep, exactly. You don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of wards being placed directly on that portal.
Yeah, I mean, when someone travels, they're going to be able to take that ward out immediately. But that's still very, very beneficial for them. Valora is getting jumped on in this mid lane by Demorius. Let's see if she has her flash to get out of there. Han, oh, she does flash, but Han's tether keeps her in place, meaning she will go down here. Oh, maybe not. She might get out of this.
She is bobbing and weaving like crazy. Oh,
Ira coming in to defend that. Demorius, there's now 3 people mid for both teams. Demorius getting out of there. Over. 4 in the mid lane for the orange team, 3 for the blue team, and the Shade is coming up behind, scudding everybody, but Colt and Shade are now being ulted as a fight breaks out on the side of the lane, and Colt does take the win over the Shade, which is amazing, because Shade does get a 10% damage increase going into that ultimate and a free route, so that's really good to see Colt dominate in that way. Looks like they're going to be heading over for that black buff. 2 members down on the orange team. Black buff is, or sorry, the Prime Spirit Mangoose is a great asset for them to take, and that is a Earth Spirit for them, so that increases their physical and magical defense
by 5%.
Now, Mangoose, I want to point something out here. Look at the left side of the jungle there. Look at the amount of wards that have been placed. 5 wards for the blue team and 2 for the orange team. It just looks like pulsing vision all over the place over there. Absolutely incredible to see.
Yeah, that Demorius is not going anywhere without being seen right now.
And they're in really good positions. They're at key crossroads for that jungle pathing. So basically, no matter what, he's on 2. Well, that Demorius is on 2 separate wards when he just walks through there. Perfect vision placement. Nice work from the blue team. 14 kills to 7. Let's see if something breaks out here.
We had a rotation from...
Oh, looks like the blue team is going for the Orb Prime. There are 3 of them on it. 3 members of the orange on the left side, 2 in the base, and 1 in mid lane. There's nothing to do to stop this. They're going to be able to take this for absolutely free. Let's see if Relios
that was a really great call. That was a really great call.
Yeah, they saw the vision. I mean, we just talked about it. They had the vision on that left side of the map. They saw enough people on it. They were able to capitalize. Now, who is carrying? Looks like we've got Scud is the carrier of the Orb Prime. I would really prefer to see this on Uruk, because Uruk can get in there, is a little bit more tanky, and can get back out after the fact. Scud, please do not run in with this orb. You're going to make me cry.
He's going to run into the... Is he running into the team fight with the orb? And he immediately gets rooted by a very well-placed wolf from Bora.
That easily could have gone south very quickly. No team is really playing around that dunk. Okay, it looks like blue team might be looking for it, but the ward coverage now is absolutely in the favor of the orange team. They've got 6 wards on the map compared to the 3 wards for the blue team. Let's see if they can make something happen here. Looks like Cosmos is trying to get something out there, does damage Bora a little bit, but the shield comes in from Ira. Let's see if the teams can make something happen here. Towers are down. They do have an opportunity to push on through and cause team fights. Mid lane is pushed against the orange team. Right lane is pushed against the orange team. This really will come down to this team fight and who's able to make something happen. Again, I think the orb should really be on this Uruk, but he's carrying it through and through. He can get bursted down very quickly by that Shade, very quickly by the Bora. and locked down by the CC that they have on the orange team.
And blue team does have a Cosmo ultimate that they can work with, so that I think is what's going to really make a difference in this team.
Right, they're going in, but Scud is singled out now. Well, Bora does go down almost immediately. Scud really needs to run in there and dunk that orb before anything else happens.
It looks like
okay,
he's
Scud
definitely
is
going
going
to get
in,
it.
and he will get the dunk. That is one team member down for the orange team. Looks like it's going to evolve into two or three more. Demorius goes down instantly. Ira goes down, and Han goes down. That just leaves the Shade. It is 4 for nothing right now, and the Overprime is pushing up the mid lane. Shade may go down. Rayleos is chasing down that Shade, but the Scud tries to knock down the Shade as well with his grenades. Overprime is pushing up the mid lane. Left inhibitor goes down. Let's see if they can close this game out. There are 3 dead currently. Bora just respawned. Ira just respawned. 10 seconds on Demorius and 10 seconds on the Han. Mid inhib will go down.
Huge ultimate from the Cosmos.
Absolutely. They just destroyed that team fight, planned it out perfectly. It is a full 5v5 once again. Looks like blue team is disengaging. They're going to go for that right inhibitor while the orange team has to deal with Overprime. Overprime is down now. The wards on the map are helping keep some vision going, but right now the blue team is just going through their jungle, taking everything they can and leaving nothing behind. I mean, Mangoose, that was, like you said, a beautiful ultimate from the Cosmos, a beautiful team fight that was well coordinated. Scud was able to get in there with basically no damage on him from the orange team, get that dunk off, deal the damage to the enemy team, and then one by one slowly pick them off and just close it out for 2 inhibs. I mean, that was absolutely brilliant.
And Uruk led that charge as a distraction into the bush. So the way he charged into the bush, which caused them to all turn and look towards him. And then blue team just cleaned up after that.
Yeah, absolutely. They had the right damage in the right places, the right ultimates and the right timing, and Scud was able to just walk on through without any problems.
I think the major thing that they needed to defend against, and they did defend against it well, was Scud being soloed out by Shade, by that Shade ultimate.
Yep.
Because that route is just...
They forced the enemy team to back up just a hair off of the plate, off of the dunk, so Scud could just go in the bush and walk right up.
Well, I don't think we even saw a blink out of the Scud in that situation. Usually you see somebody try to blink forward through everybody.
No, it was absolutely well played, well coordinated, and good calls from the blue team on that one.
Now the blue team just free reign, just roaming around this map without a care in the world.
All the jungle cams, they're just building that gold lead because they know that there's nothing the orange team is going to be able to do at the moment to close out this game.
They are
they're waiting for that prime spirit to spawn. This one is a earth prime spirit again, so this will increase their defenses a second time. This will be the 3rd prime spirit for the blue team if they get it, or the 1st if orange team is able to bring it back in and close it out. But that prime spirit is already a quarter health, Mangoose. There's nothing orange team's doing about that.
Another earth spirit, they have even more defenses.
Yep, absolutely. Amazing to see good ward coverage coming from the blue team. They've got basically key entrances to key points of the map all warded out. Orange team now starting to venture back out into the map after their inhibitors went down. The inhibitors are about 2.5 minutes away from respawning, but when they do respawn, they are significantly weaker in damage and health. So they are much, much easier to take.
And Valora just did something I've never seen anybody do, but it's kind of a smart move. She just used up the charges of the side portal. I don't think it's really useful in this particular situation, but that's something I've never seen anybody do, and it's kind of a cool technique.
If there's 3 charges, you can go in, out, and in the portal, and it will close behind you, and that's an absolutely brilliant strategy to keep people from following you somewhere. They are fighting under this right inhibitor. I don't know if this is a good fight to be taking on the inhib. Back out a little bit, maybe. There they go. They disengage. It is a full 5v5 on the right side. Minions are pushing in through the left and middle. They will eventually have to back out on this core to defend it. They've got half health Demorius, half health Bora on this. Shade is a little more than half health. All they need is a good bit of damage. Demorius, bam, goes down to the Scud laser. Shade ult has come through, and the team is backing off to defend their core. Shade ult is about to pop out, and so behind him, and wow, Valora does get the kill on Shade despite being in his ult. They also get that inhibitor down. That is 3 inhibitors down, 2 dead. This could be the end of the game right here, Mangoose.
Yeah, Shade ulted the wrong person that time.
Absolutely. And all the waves are pushed up. So they have 3 minion waves all pushing in on this. They could have 18 minions under the core at any one time. and that is absolutely crucial. They still have about 30 seconds on that middle inhibitor to respawn, which means that they're going to be able to make some plays happen here if they really want to. Looks like they're being pushed off a little bit. Demorius did respawn, and Shade is coming back up in 5 seconds, so they will back out. Looks like they are going to head over for that orb prime the second time. There's nothing that the orange team can do to contest this because they're going to leave their base behind, but they know that they have to do something. So they're going to send Shade and Han in there to potentially steal this, but they may be a little too late on this. It's going to be very interesting to see what they can pull off. Shade is coming in. Han is coming in. Demorius is coming in. They're waiting in the Shadow Well, and bam, Colt does catch out that Demorius. Let's see. Ooh, Uruk is chasing Demorius down. Demorius does get a right click from the Ira, giving him a little bit of movement speed and a shield. Han is on the other Shadow Well, watching this go down, might be trying to go in for a steal or some kind of pick, but they catch him out because he walked out of the Shadow Well a little bit early. He is going to get caught. He will take a lot of damage, maybe go down here. Let's see what happens. Ooh, Han is very, very low health, 102 health. Ultimate back, does get behind them, but takes damage enough to die anyway.
They are doing a decent job of keeping them off this prime, but Demorius is going to go down.
Losing their Han, and Demorius is in mid lane now, potentially going down. Shade is spotted out with Cosmos and does get the kill, which is good for them. The middle and left inhibitor have respawned, but they're already about half health once more. Shade is still hanging out for the Orb Prime, thinking they're going to go do it again, but they are all backing in the Shadow Well. Shade does see this and begins to back himself. So we're going to go over to the right lane and see if Bora is going to be able to clear these minions out or clear any wards. Ira just walked over a ward in the right side of the jungle, so was able to stop it and places a ward down on the Orb Prime. Something that is really crucial are those wards on Orb Prime, because having the information that they're there doing it, even if they clear your ward, is more valuable sometimes than even being there, because it allows you to make sure your waves are set up in the correct way, make sure you're prepared to take that orb dunk fight if the time comes for that. But they're going to go right back on it. They're back on the Orb Prime. It is about 1/2 health already. Shade is coming in, Ira is coming in, Han is coming in as well, but it may be too little too late. That Orb Prime might go down first. Ira is coming in, Shade is there in the Shadow Well. Let's see, Shade goes in, Shade blinks in no less, and does get ulted by Gideon, but ults himself to stay out of it. Shade does make it out of there. Let's see what's going to happen. Shade makes it with Scud with very, very minimal health. They do have the Orb Prime. Valora has the Orb Prime, might be running it around. Shade does get a kill on the Scud. Now they are chasing down the Cosmos, but the problem is, with 4 people chasing down the Cosmos on the right side, Valora can just run that Orb Prime in. It looks like she will do exactly that. Valora can outrun all of them from the other side of the map now, so it's down to just Shinbi.
And it looks like she does have her blink available. Oh, she's going to go back. She's going to go back.
She started to go back, unfortunately. With the backs, it would have been very close that they were able to stop her. Bora, she does drop the orb and leave it in the base. I'm very curious as to why. Uruk doesn't go pick it up. Maybe Uruk is heading there now to pick it up as a safer. There we go. Man, they listened to me, Mangoose. They put on Uruk this time.
I do want to call attention too. This is something that I didn't even know about until I watched it in one of JPie's videos. Is Uruk has been using this technique of staying in travel mode until the last second to throw his grab, which gives him just a little bit more distance. And Shade is screwed over.
Ooh,
oh, no. Era comes in for the save
goes in on that,
Shade.
does get hit by 2 people from behind, is stuck right now, will go down potentially, but does get at least
big
a
grab from Uruk.
Han, perfect ult from the Uruk, getting the Han locked down and taking 2 kills. Uruk now has the Orb Prime, meaning he can go in there, dunk it for himself with 2 dead. There's really nothing to stop them. If he dunks Orb Prime, they will take the left and middle inhibitor instantaneously, meaning Orb Prime will go straight for the core. Oh, they did not get both of them instantly. They're just very, very low health.
The stasis from Valora really saved her ass right there. It kind of confused the enemy team.
Absolutely, Mangoose. There he is. Left inhibitor is down. Middle will fall just as quickly with Rayleos and the Orb Prime pushing it down. That means all 3 inhibitors are back down. Right is about to respawn. Let's see if this core fight breaks out.
This should be game. This should be game right here.
It'll be very close. Shade is respawning right now. Han in 5, and there it is. The game is out. Congratulations to Team Cloud9 for that win. That is our semifinals for the EU region, meaning we will have Cloud9 versus Team Zestrator Esports for the finals. Now,
and it's going to be EU versus NA, the classic battle.
Absolutely. Now, Mangus, the big thing that we saw there is that the Cloud9 just took their lead and built it up over the course of the entire game. I mean, Valora had 11 kills. We saw Cosmos dealing consistent damage to that dual lane, keeping them back out of the way. Colt getting a couple kills, Scud landing every single laser that he fired on a person to get the kill for them. Like, absolutely bonkers gameplay from this blue team over there, whereas orange team could never really get their foot under them and keep themselves back and keep themselves from sliding backwards in this game.
And we see in the graphs that Cloud9's support, the Cosmos, had more damage than the Demorius and the Bora on the enemy team combined. The Demorius, Bora, and the Ira on the enemy team combined.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's their support.
I mean, that shows how much that Cosmos was poking out the enemy team. I mean, and like we said, right, if he pokes enough times, he causes Ira to lose her mana, she can't shield anymore, that turns into a kill. And they just did that slowly but surely over the course of the game and absolutely destroyed the enemy team, pushing the damage charts. I mean, if you look, almost every single person on the blue team on Cloud9 did more damage than 4 members of the enemy team, right? Like, that's absolutely insane to see them go through. Here we go, Mangoose, into the pick here. Let's see what we're going to get these both teams. They both did run tanks before, or Zestrator, yeah, they both ran tanks before. So I'm very curious to see if we see a more offensive team comp or if we see some full scale damage here. Let's see, we've got on the left side, we've got Team Zestrator going in with Evelyn. They heard me, Mangoose. I want to see some good Evelyn play in this tournament today. We've got Evelyn, Demorius, Cosmos, Ullug, and Scud, and then Uruk, Ira, Colt, Valora, and Bora. So they're switching it up. They actually, no, that is the exact same team comp. Minus the Ira switched with Cosmos, but otherwise that's exactly the same team for Team Cloud9. Let's see what's going on as we start this game, Mangoose.
And out through the poop chute we go.
For our finals match, guys, we are on NA for this one. I don't know if they're going to switch in between or what the plan is there, but we are currently on the NA servers for this match.
And it is best of 3. Hosted by Get Through Gaming.
Yep, Get Through Gaming. There are links in the Twitch chat to join their Discord if you guys want to join them and take part in future tournaments for Overprime and potentially other games in the future as well. All right, we've got both teams grouping up on this left side here, Mangoose, looking for something aggressive. There is one in the Shadow Well. He does get seen by 4 members of Team Cloud9. Or sorry, that is Team Zestrator. Team Zestrator does
They set up a party bush. They set up a party bush. They're waiting for it.
They are waiting. They know.
I don't think they realize they're sitting on top of a ward.
I don't either, actually. Now that you mention it, the ward is just outside the brush, so they don't know that it's there. I don't believe it can see them in that brush, but it's still a good ward. The second they leave, it's going to be seen. They're all going to be seen by the enemy. There are 3 wards already placed by Team Cloud9.
I think we're going to see this take off at a minute 20. That's when the red buff spawns.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all waiting there. They're all going to run through. 3 wards already out there for Cloud9. That is absolutely incredible. Uruk is running across. Valora is running across. They just ran over the ward. 4 just got spotted by the ward, and now they're backing out. 120 has come and gone. Junglers are going. Let's see what's going to happen here. Looks like we've got the Scud heading back to his red buff. He's going to solo take that red buff. Could take him a little bit of time to do so, but it might work out in his favor. Oh, the Ullug is getting caught out a little bit there. He's getting hit by 2 people with 1 behind in the jungle. Does get a good right click out and does stun to get out of there. Bora is heading into the allied jungle, or the Cloud9 Team Zestrator jungle to fight this Scud. My apologies. And she does look like she's going to take this Scud on. All she needs is 1 good Q. Oh, but the Evelyn and Ullug come to support and will take out Bora early game. First blood.
Nicely done.
For Team Zestrator. Absolutely incredible rotation by their carry. And was very aggressive by the Bora. And the fact that she didn't get that kill fast enough meant she died for it.
And this Valora and Cosmos are trading really well in mid lane. They've just been going back and forth. Both of them have had to use potions.
A good mana drone from the Valora there on Cosmos. Cosmos dropping his mana down to below a third. Which
yeah, it took him a while to
mana draw is really high, so that is a lot to take him down to. He does get 2 hits on her, trading evenly. Raelios does take a little bit more damage there on Valora, but is going to push back forward knowing that Cosmos is fairly low on mana. Scud coming in from the left side of the jungle, potentially going to go in on this Valora, but Scud has no mana either. Looks like Bora is on her blue buff on the right side. The Team Zestrator just took the mana buff from the duo lane, so they're holding onto that, giving it to, looks like Evelyn, give her a little bit more. She does get land a good right click all the way through the entire wave of minions. Scud now heading into his right jungle with Demorius heading over there to support as well.
And Uruk and Demorius have been hashing it out as well. Looks like Demorius has been getting the better of those trades.
All right, I have seen that Demorius tends to be favored in the lane against Uruk because he does have a little bit of that escape and range to go through. Oh, Rayleigh takes a ton of damage, flashes the wrong direction actually, and does go down unfortunately. But we're going to see this
try and clean up
on Cosmos and get pulled under tower and might go down
no,
for this
no.
actually. This will be Bora's second death, and it is indeed double kill.
Done by Cosmos. He placed that right click perfectly to pull her directly to keep her into that tower. That was just really nicely done on his part.
And we missed,
what a reaction.
Uruk was 30 health fighting against that Demorius and managed to get a kill off there. So that is 1 kill for Team Cloud9 and 3 kills for Team Zestrator. But an amazing display of skill from that Cosmos. Valora unfortunately did blink in the wrong direction. So she blinked toward the Cosmos instead of away from him, securing her death. But that Bora got a little too greedy, got pulled under tower, and it just ended her life. So good on Cosmos there.
And Ulog just hanging out in the bush here.
Absolutely.
Just watching the time go by.
Colt has no mana. They're waiting to see if Scud can come through. Bora is nearby in the enemy jungle. Does get a good right click out of there, but does get a shield from Ira. Bora is coming in as well, trying to provide some security for her team. But Scud knows that Bora is in this bush, dodges her Q beautifully, and is going in a little bit. Maybe he's going to get collapsed on by their duo lane, but does not look like it. They're going to back off a little bit. In the mid lane, we see that Valora and Cosmos are duking it out again. Valora is very upset that she died. So she's going to deal about half health to that Cosmos and then take very little damage herself. She's going after him. Let's see. Oh, she does back up a little bit. She is helping her Bora get out of there. It is 4 people heading to that mid lane for Team Zestrator and 2 backing out for Team Cloud9.
So they're playing footsies here. They're playing a lot of footsies. They're dashing back in and out, but not really committing, not overly committing, I would say.
No, I wouldn't say that either. Oh, Rayleigh does get a good pick on this Scud, but Rayleigh is out of mana, unfortunately.
Oh, beautiful ultimate Cosmos.
Looks like they're going to take a lot of damage. Rayleigh will go down in this fight. Oh, maybe not. Rayleigh does get out. Potentially, no, Rayleigh is down. Bora goes down as well. Scud lives with a fraction of health. Uruk is not there in time. Demorius was also waiting in the Shadow Well to support if it need be. That is 2 more kills for Team Zestrator, putting them at a 5-1 difference right now.
We've seen them do this. They slowly ramp up, and then all of a sudden, bam! They take the prime. They take the Overprime.
Absolutely. We do see 3 wards out on the map right now. 2 for Team Cloud9 and 1 for Team Zestrator. The Cloud9 wards are definitely there to protect Black Buff. They've got it on both entrances. There's no way someone is getting out in there without them knowing. But look at them. They're heading over 20 seconds until the Orb Prime spawns, and they are 5-man running over to Orb Prime. They want that 7-minute Prime buff. They're looking at Rayleigh. Rayleigh just got spotted on a ward.
They've all got the smite, too.
There it is. So Rayleigh just got spotted on a ward in the mid lane, heading back to mid. Knows that there's at least one there. And they have to know that there's a Prime spawn happening here, but there are 2 in the left lane, 2 in the mid lane, 1 back in base. This spawn does happen right now. They're going on it. Let's see what happens over here. They're very quickly making short work of this. Nobody is nearby to contest. This will be a fight for the dust.
All those smites came out and just deleted that Prime Guardian. Now, will they be able to dunk it? That's...
Oh, there are 2 nearby. There we go. We do see the Valora come through with the mana drone. Uruk is there as well. They're going to back out. 4 on the right side now, with Colt on the left trying to push in, gain some advantage. But looks like they're going to back out. Who's carrying this buff? It looks like we've got it on Scud currently. Check in our Scud, who's backing to base. 3 members back to base, 2 holding the mid lane so that nothing gets pushed in. Let's see what's going to happen. That easily could have gone very bad, Mangoose, because 2 of them were very rapidly approaching, and they used all their smites very early in that Orb Prime.
I was about to say they should give it to Demorius, and that's exactly what they have done.
Exactly. Perfect. Demorius has, like we talked about last game, the perfect entrance for that Orb Prime dunk.
Tower is under
Um,
attack.
they really should have probably held those smites for the Orb Prime to be a little bit safer about it. That could have gone badly very quickly.
An allied tower is under
All right,
attack.
chat. Let's check on this Demorius. They do get a lockdown on someone there. It looks like it's the Ira, and no more shields. Scud Laser does come out of there. No more
Big
shields for
grab
them,
from
which
Uruk,
is
but he
a
gets
beautiful
batted away.
pick grab. Uruk is going up into the air, flying high
Uruk
down to
as well.
earth.
They're clear. They are just smooth sailing now.
That is 2 dead, 5 seconds on the Ira respawn, and 15 seconds. Oh, this Demorius is going for the kills instead of dunking. This could be very bad for
he
him.
just
does
lost
go
it. He
down.
just lost it.
He will die to the Bora.
But they
Bora
picked
dies
us
to
right back
Cosmos.
up. They
Cosmos
picked
now
us
has
right
the
back
orb.
up.
Orb needs to get dunked. Cosmos needs to. There he goes. He realizes he had it.
I
Cosmos
was going
goes
to say, I don't think he knew he had it.
Bam. For the
He
dunk.
did it with
That
style,
is-
too. He did it with a portal.
He did. That is 2 more deaths. Now we've got Evelyn pushing in the mid lane with the Orb Prime, helping it out. Let's see what we have going on here. That first tower will go down. They do have all 5 members of their team back up. This may mean they can defend this inhibitor, but that still is a good boost for the team's
That is
Desecrator.
a
Going
lot of
into
help
this fight.
this
Coming from
early to
behind
try and
is
take out.
Bora. Bora's trying to take out that Scud, but Scud takes out the Ira. No more shields for Team Zestrator, or for Team Cloud9 once again. It is 2 more. Gideon Rock lands perfectly. Does miss the ult, but does get a lot of damage. Bora is 1 hit. Inhibitor goes down. Bora is down. Now we've got Uruk and Valora, the only 2 members left of Team... oh, I lied. Uruk is down. Now Valora is going down. This could be the end of
This
the
is
game.
it.
at 9
This is
minutes.
game. This is game.
Ira and... Wow, and they're even seeing a little bit of toxicity coming through. The Demorius runs into their base while the game is going to go down 13-3. First game goes over to Team Zestrator.
Not even record time, though. Not even record time. Like, their record is 8 minutes. Oh, my gosh.
All right, here we go into the second match, everyone. This is Team Zestrator versus Team Cloud9. I do, you know what, need to adjust that, speaking of.
And Zestrator, if they win this one, this is it. This
Yeah, it is a best of 3. So they absolutely have that opportunity to just take the game away. Now let's see what's going to happen, Mangoose.
Oh, we've got a Valora and a Cosmos for X-Trader. And we've got a pretty tanky team here coming from Cloud9. Maybe that's in reaction so that they can have tanks that can go in and assist with preventing that Prime Guardian steal.
We do see that there is a Han jungle, got Scud and Ira, and then Beatrice in the mid lane this time rather than Valora, which is very different. I think will benefit against Cosmos a lot more because she can jump into dodge's abilities and then jump back out once they're done. So we'll be very, very curious to see how that mid lane changes up this time.
I'm happy to see a lot of Uruks in these games because I don't think you see him enough when you're just playing, when you're just solo queuing up. He's a really good hero.
Completely agree. I would honestly put him at one of the best heroes in the game right now due to his amount of health, utility, damage, the whole 9 yards. He's a very well-rounded offlane hero, and even in the jungle sometimes, depending on what you're going to do here.
Oh, we're going to have a fight right here in the mid. Nope. The teams are backing off now. I thought they were going to clash right in the mid. I thought we were going to have an ARAM from the beginning of the game.
We are seeing again Team Zestrator pushing up into that bush. Now they're the ones laying out wards. They've got 2 wards out there already being spotted. They've got all 5 members on this left side of the map. This will be very interesting to watch and see how this plays out. Team Cloud9 is playing a little bit more safe. There are 5 people going into that red buff. This will be a 5v5 team fight very, very early on. Let's see what's going to happen. Uruk already
Uruk
down.
goes
This
down.
1 death for Team Zestrator. Now we've got the Severog.
Morius just charging through.
Morius does go down. Ooh, Valora, very good corridor knockup by Valora there. Let's see what's going on. We've got a lot of damage going out there still 4v4, and that Ulug just heals their whole team back up to practically full health already. Absolutely damaging them, taking out the Scud. That will be 2 kills for Team Zestrator now.
Maybe three.
With Ira going.
Got
Ira
a
gets
nice
knocked
knock
up.
up.
Wow, 3 kills in the first 2 minutes of the game. 3-1 in favor of Team Zestrator.
These boys like to go fast. Now they're taking that red buff away from him.
This is what we thought was going to happen that last game, Andrews. And this is what I was talking about with those variations. Oh, Han tries to go in there and steal the red buff. This could be very detrimental for this Han.
Oh, he gets knocked up. He gets, oh.
Ooh, they will get out of there. They won't take the red buff, actually. So they did secure or save the red buff for himself on that Han. Now everybody heading back to their lanes. Everybody's fanning out. Team Zestrator in the lead right now. 3 kills to 1 against Cloud9.
And if you're that Han, you've got to be scared to try and for your red buff right now. He's getting it though. I would be afraid to go back in for it.
Absolutely. He does see that there's at least 2 on the map. 3 if you just see that somebody just backed. So it could be very curious.
Cloud9 once again with all the vision in the world on this map. Look at all those wards. They've got 4 wards down already.
Absolutely. All right, so Mangoose, I am looking at it right now for Team Zestrator so we can confirm. They do all have different starting items right now, so they do not have the smite. So we'll see at 7 minutes if they do spell and change or if they were wielding it from the beginning for those previous matches that we witnessed. Let's check in on mid lane right now. Beatrice is half health, but their Cosmos is no mana at all. So Beatrice does have a little bit of priority here, but Cosmos is just basic attacking her out of there. She is going in.
We have
get
a rotation from Han.
Cosmos needs to get out.
Cosmos might be going down.
Oh, Han is there as well. Nice work on Han. Han misses his sword toss. Will get out there, but ooh, this is very curious. Cosmos is there hanging out.
Trying to coming in from the side now,
but does not quite get it. Uruk is now heading into the mid lane. Let's see what we can make happen here. Uruk is going for the Beatrice. Will just clear minions instead.
Yeah, there wasn't much opportunity with her being so far under the tower. He might still try and advance up, but we do have Han very close. Han can assist this Beatrice if needed.
Yeah, it looks like Uruk is just there to kind of prevent her from pushing out. Oh, Beatrice does go in, however. Ooh,
and he gets the kill.
Han is not nearby enough. They will get another kill there.
She stepped a little too far up to the edge, and he grabbed her. He snatched her up. Nice little Beatrice snack for Uruk.
All right, let's see. We do have their cult hanging out with Ulug in the bush, waiting for something to happen, waiting for a good right-click opportunity to show itself. Han is very low, fighting it out on the right side, but does make it out of there. They do get a kill on the Valora for Team Cloud9. Cloud9 is fighting their way back into the game a little bit here, trying to even out that scoreboard. Right now, we do see Beatrice and Cosmos fighting it out 3 to 4, 4.5 minutes in the game. Cosmos does land a lot of damage on that Beatrice. Beatrice is going in, does teleport back out there, does trade back that damage. On the left lane, we've got Ulug fighting it out with Colt, trying to pressure them off of this. We have 5 seconds until the Prime Spirit spawns and 2 minutes until the Orb Prime spawns, Mangoose.
Now, I find that Beatrice is actually a pretty good counter to Gideon if you use her well to dodge his combo. But it looks like this Cosmo is just cracked. He's just really good. He's just really good at landing these abilities.
Completely agree with you, Mangoose.
Beatrice is going to be very careful.
Does throw himself in that mid lane a little bit. Cosmos is trying to poke that Countess from very far.
Here comes Han.
He portals out, but she still has her dash. She will blink in, get that damage. But Uruk is there as well. Very low. Gideon or Cosmos very low as well. Cosmos is backing very aggressively, considering how low health he is. Trying to bait something in, but it looks like everyone is disengaging out there to try and make something happen.
And that was a really good play from Beatrice as well. She reactivated her Shadow Slip just in time to not get taken out by Uruk. And Uruk is just dominating this game though right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Team Zestrator is on the orange team again, guys, and Team Cloud9 is on the blue side. We're seeing very few wards actually out on the map. One just expired for Team Zestrator, but 3 for Cloud9. Cloud9 does, again, have them around that black, or the Prime Spirit buff, but does not have them around Orb Prime. This is 6 minutes and 15 seconds. It looks like they're doing the strategy. All 5 of them are heading for the Orb Prime. This is it, Mangoose. This is where the last game fell apart. We need to see if Cloud9 is able to make up for the last game and plan around this. There's nobody on the map. They need to be doing something. They need to be pushing towers. They need to be going to stop this. They're not watching the map close enough, it doesn't seem. Beatrice does go in against the Colt, does get a lot of damage out there. Colt is still only level 5. Beatrice does lower him, But honestly, with an Olug, they can heal him back to full and basically nothing flat. And I have confirmed they did sell their starting items and all bought smite items. So that is something that is definitely possible. They're not starting with those items.
Now, I'm really surprised that Cloud9 is not adjusting to this. They should know that this is happening.
They're starting to now, but it might be too little too late. I mean, they already have health on the Overprime as Cloud9 is approaching in, but they don't have their team here. They're not paying enough attention. They should have rotated. The second Colt was spotted in that
Demorius. They're starting to rotate, but yeah,
this is breaking out into a fight. They might be able to fend them off of this amazingly, but it's going to be very close. Beatrice does go in, get a lot of damage out on the Cosmos. They're going to get
Uruk might be going down. Uruk might be going down.
Beatrice is very low. Many of their team members are very low as well. Demori is going in. Their Ira is sitting back, not helping shield their team from up close. Ira's just chilling in the background. I'm not sure what Cloud9's falling apart here. They had a very, very good engage, but then just fell apart. Their Ira not being there to deliver on person shield.
Right back on the Prime Guardian too. I did not expect that, but they do have that healing from Ulog.
And they all have their smites. So smites coming off of cooldown very, very shortly here. So they're going to be able to deal a lot of damage again. That was a bad team fight on Cloud9's part. Like they just didn't go in hard enough. And look at them. That healing is absolutely insane. They're all
coming back in. They're coming back in with full health and full mana.
Trying to steal, but there's not enough left there. And they get it, sure enough.
Take it. And I think now Han is chasing down Uruk, and Uruk doesn't have the Prime Orb, but like, there's no use in killing this Uruk right now. They do get the kill on him, but like, who cares? He's going to respawn in time to help.
It matters.
Yeah.
And they're all on the right side of the map right now. Luckily for them, Team Zestrator did back to base and is holding on to that Prime buff on their Gideon, or on their Colt, apologize. But there's really not a lot for them to do there. They can really just run it over and still secure it. I mean, Uruk is already back up. They're now a full 5-man once again.
They had every opportunity in the world in that fight to pull the Uno reverse card and take that Orb Prime away.
Absolutely.
But
and they didn't. They absolutely
and
did
like
not.
you said, the Era just kind of sat back and didn't... I guess she was probably a little confused as to who to shield.
Not there to bubble and stun. And I think that honestly is what took the fight and put them in a bad position. If they had Ira there to be able to stun and do bubble shields, I think that fight would have turned very differently for Cloud9. Here we go, though. This is a fight breaking out in the left lane. This is a full 5v5.
Yeah, they're going to distract him with the tower and then try and wrap around has been what they've been doing in the past.
The issue becomes they just had a 5v5 with Orb Prime dealing half of the enemy team's health already and lost that 5v5. Can they realistically fight another 5v5 without that advantage going in? I mean, Cosmos just deals a lot of damage to people, has no problem. They're now heading around. Uruk has the Orb Prime. Let's see if they're going to make something happen here. Uruk is there going around into the red buff, followed by Cosmos. Cosmos does get a huge hit onto the Han, getting this beautiful ult, does get stunned out of his ult. Cosmos will go down here. Let's see if Uruk is still alive. Right now, we've got one death on both teams. Cosmos is down and Han is down. Let's see, Uruk still has a lot of health, and Uruk will just go in and dunk that orb. Unless he's going to get low that this doesn't look like the orb will land.
Will this
almost kill down right there afterwards? This could be the end of the second game and could be the end of the tournament here for us, Mangoose. That is a full 5-man kill for 2 members of Team Zestrator. Team Zestrator now in the mid lane making something happen. Colt pushing with the Orb Prime. There is only 1 member alive on Team Cloud9. 3 members now, 5 seconds on the remaining 2. But a full 5 members knock up into Han. Han will go down back into the inhib. Let's see if they can get this inhibitor very quickly. The Orb Prime is about a quarter health down. Let's see what's going to happen here. Looks like their Valora is just trying to play some keep away. Does get damaged by the inhibitor, but the inhibitor goes down. The Demorius is there, but Demorius is 2 by himself and gets picked off by the CC and goes down as well. We've got Orb Prime now just above half health with 3 members of Team Cloud9. Rayleos is very low. Unicell very low. Let's see. Rayleos goes down. That is another member down. This will be the game. This will be the end of the tournament. And Team Zestrator will take the win. Congratulations to Team Zestrator for their brilliant play, absolutely dominating the game. 2 members down on Team Cloud9, 1 member down on Team Zestrator, and that's the game.
That's it. Wow. I mean, I will say, during that final team fight where they were dodging around the towers, Valora was taking so many risks to jump in there and get as much damage done as she could before that team fight took place. So many members of Cloud9 were low before they had to defend against that dunk, and they just weren't able to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, let's look at these damage graphs, Mangoose. Beatrice basically was the only one dealing damage on her team. Otherwise, 4 members of the other team dealt more damage than 4 members of Team Cloud9. And that shows. I mean, that team fight around the Orb Prime Pit was theirs to win, and they threw it away, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was at least we saw Cloud9 try to defeat that strategy. And I think they would have defeated that strategy if their support would have been a little more forward and in the fight with them.
I completely agree with you, man.
Even if it's just to soak up some damage.
The members of Team Zestrator were all very low at the end of that team fight. A couple shields here and there would have been all it would have taken to turn that fight in Cloud9's favor, potentially get the Orb Prime and potentially end the game for themselves.
Right. I kind of like the choice of waiting until Prime does some damage to the enemy team before going in there. But with that smite strategy, even if they do take some damage from Prime, they can just heal it right back up with their smites. And then, yeah, Cloud9 could have turned it around there. It's kind of sad to see, but I mean, great macro play from, say the name, Jelly, because I can't say it.
Team Zestrator?
Yeah, Zestrator Esports.
Man, Team Zestrator, congratulations on your win of the Get Through Gaming tournament for Overprime's closed beta test. We had a great time commentating, guys. I'm Jellyknees. With me is Mangoose, as always. We appreciate you guys very much. If you want to see the VOD for this, we'll be on Mangoose's channel, of course, in a few days, I'm sure. Or it will be up on my Twitch as long as VODs last on there. We appreciate you guys joining us. We've had a great time casting it, or at least I did. Mangoose, what about you?
Fantastic. Thank you so much to Get Through Gaming for putting this tournament on and inviting us to cast it. It was a great time. Hit up their Discord, and because they're going to have more Overprime tournaments in the future. We have no idea when Overprime will release an early access, but when they do, there's going to be more tournaments from Get Through Gaming, and hopefully by that time people will have an answer to this crazy strat. The crazy smite strat.
Mangoose, actually, we may be able to interview the winning team or a member of the winning team. So let's see if we can coordinate that real quick. Perfect. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, Lixlian. Thanks for, dude, that was terrible. But Blub and Triple, welcome. That was an incredible 2 matches to watch for the finals with you guys going in there both times. 7-minute Orb Prime on the dot. And going in there, I want to talk to you guys about that second game, actually, that most recent team fight around the Orb Prime. What was your guys' kind of thought process, and what calls were being made when the enemy team came in there and started engaging on you guys?
We knew that our team comp had like a way better skirmish for Prime Pit for the 7-minute fight, so we were going to stick on the Prime, and then we just called the swap to just wipe them. We did, and then we just did Prime.
Yeah, all right.
So what made you guys think of this strategy? Like,
because
I have been doing this, but we did not incorporate this going back to base and buying all smites. Like, we haven't done that. Like,
that's taking all smites just gives you the sustain you need to do it, even though you don't really need that much to sustain. You can kind of just do it with Narbash, and even without Narbash, the Prime at 7 minutes isn't that much of a threat to you. And the reason why the strategy is so strong is because you can burst it down so fast with 5 smites, and the Prime doesn't actually scale with time or anything. So that 7-minute Prime, the second you dunk it, the game's over. Nobody on the map is strong enough to actually kill it before it takes your core. So because it has 25k health, and obviously you cannot, nobody on the map is strong enough to kill something with 25k health at 7 minutes into the game. So ultimately, the strategy is basically just the Orb Prime does not scale with time, and it's an insta game win if you can do it. Yeah. And you just pick really strong heroes that are able to secure you the dunk, and then you win the game.
And I think you guys had a really excellent pick with that Narbash. I think that Narbash sets you up. I mean, you had several fights for that game. The level 1 fight with both teams all in the jungle, and then that Prime fight as well. that his heal just brought you all back up to a point where you could re-engage without basically any concerns of it going south for you guys. I think that was a brilliant pick for you.
Yeah, I mean, both supports in this game are absurd, Narbash and Muriel both included. But I mean, for the strategy that we were implementing, Narbash is obviously better. Gives us this sustain we need in the pit.
Now, just before the dunk, you guys were fighting around that tier 1 tower a little bit. I noticed, especially your Valora was taking a lot of risks just to get some damage out. Is that part of the plan, to just damage the enemy team just enough to where it makes it easy to dunk that orb when they're trying to defend?
Yeah, that's what we were doing. We're just trying to set up a fight so that way we could go around. Once, like, there was like a couple of them that were half health, and that's when we started to cut through the red side jungle, and then we took the fight.
And it worked out for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you guys had an 8-minute game in this tournament. Like, we didn't watch that one, but apparently that was your first game. Was you ended it in 8 minutes?
It's probably somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And was that, were you guys just utilizing that same strategy throughout the entire tournament of going for that 7-minute prime buff and just pushing to end the game?
Yep, exactly that.
It seemed to me like you guys were in the lead anyway. I think you guys could have won even without that prime dunk strat. But
Yeah,
that
no,
just sealed
it's
the deal.
yeah, no, like we would probably like it. It just the prime in 7 minutes is just so absurd. If the game goes on like another 10 minutes, the prime is like it's hard to end out games in this game once you're in the mid game. But at 7 minutes, that prime just destroys everything. It's completely absurd. The game design is awful. Sorry.
We've brought that up a couple times, and we brought up exactly what you said. The health needs to scale on the Prime Guardian.
Yep.
Like, people need to be able to kill it.
He needs to scale with time. Not he doesn't need to go by the amount of dunks.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Like you said, 25,000 health at 7 minutes. There are whole teams damaged that can't do 25,000 health in the total of 7 minutes, let alone at one target.
Yeah, if you look at that prime, he hits you for 1,000 damage.
Oof.
Like if they try to fight us, like not only are we prime buffed fighting them when we're already ahead, but that prime also hits them from like 2 auto attack ranges away for 1,000 damage.
Mm-hmm.
So if you even think about trying to like fight the prime or fight us by the prime, you just die. You can't. There's no outplay. The second that prime is dunked, the game's over. Your only chance to come back is to stop the dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Team Soul Leave looks at this and realizes that they need to balance top down. Like, because I think that they gave that Prime Guardian that health buff bonus whenever it spawns, because it was doing nothing late game whenever you dunked the Prime Orb. But it didn't enable a strat like this. So this is what they need to look at when they're balancing the games. They don't need to balance it around the people that can't execute this strategy. They need to balance it around the people that can.
I mean, anyone could implement the strategy. That prime is not a threat to you.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Jellyknees
you guys
and I,
honestly had almost an overkill by having all 5 members there, because realistically you could do it with less than that, especially if 3 of you were bringing the smites along as well.
Yeah, no, that prime is not a threat to you. You can do it on spawn. You could do it at any time after.
Yep.
For the first prime.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, we actually
guys,
have a few games where we did that.
Congratulations to you and your team as well. It was amazing to watch you guys be that aggressive and keep that momentum going into that prime, and then just use it to end the game from then on out. Good team fights, good coordination, it seemed like, from our end. So yeah, congratulations to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I guess we're going to talk to some people from Cloud9 now.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you guys again. We appreciate your time.
All right, thanks for having us.
Problem.
All right. Is it Raelios and Conte? I see them in the waiting room.
Don't know.
There we go. Looks like he's talking to them real quick.
Okay. Hey, and it is Raelios and Conte.
Hello,
welcome,
guys.
welcome.
Hello.
Well, guys, we want to congratulate you on getting second place in the tournament. That's no small feat by any stretch of the imagination. And we watched your semifinals game all the way through, and that was a beautiful game execution. all the way across. You guys built your lead up slowly, took advantage of the game, and it was really fun to watch.
Thank you.
I do want to talk to you guys about from the first to the second game of the finals match. The first game, Team Zestrator went in, they took the 7-minute prime, and they used that to end the game. And the second game, you guys went in to contest them. What was your kind of plan or mentality going into that contest for the Orb Prime? What was your thought process going into that?
Actually, our first match, we got kind of I don't know. We got caught by the high ping. We didn't expect it to be so difficult to play with such high ping, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they really, absolutely got the upper hand during the early game. Meanwhile, during the second match, also during the first match, we absolutely knew they were gonna do that because we saw the match they played before, the semifinals. We knew they were gonna try to do that, but actually it kind of got. We didn't really expect that to be so fast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
During the second match,
there were some miscommunication during the team fight that led us to losing. But we already knew they were gonna do as soon as it spawned. Anyway, we were not coordinated enough. You know, we just jumped in. We were 3v5 from one side, and the other side were in 2. So it didn't go end well. And after that, they all refueled their HP and did instantly the Overprime. That was kind of broken.
He's talking about the second match. Anyway.
Yeah.
We also I don't know if you noticed, but during the end of the second match, we also tried to buy the jungle gem to kill the Overprime, which was
trying to reverse it.
Yeah, we used 5 of them, but not even half of his HP was down. I think the spawning prime that the spawning prime that you need to kill is different from the one that gets spawned once you dunk it. You know, I don't if you
Yeah, the stats are different. It does more damage and has significantly
more
health.
HP. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys almost had it though. I'll tell you that team fight around Orb Prime in that second match, you guys almost had it.
We expected them to. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's all I had to really say. Is you almost reversed it on them. That was a fun fight to watch.
Absolutely.
We actually expected them to back. We didn't expect them to refill the HP so fast and do it.
And that's where I think the Ullug heal really let them go back into that fight.
Yeah.
With the Orb Prime being able to heal back up to almost full health before they re-engaged.
Yeah, those true crystal that he bought, the mana crystal, allowed him to activate the E for the whole fight. So you know they were getting healed while we fought, and even after while they were doing the prime. That was kind of broken. We didn't finish any kill, even though they were one hit.
Yeah.
Now the semifinal match that we watched with you guys was really good. What was fun to see, I think Braylus, I think it was actually you on Valora, completely shut down their Bora early game, and that just kind of led to the win there. That was interesting to see. What do you think of that matchup of Valora versus Bora?
I think that Valora and Cosmos are definitely the king and the queen of the mid lane. You can't do anything. You can't do anything against them. There is no other character that can play mid. They are just too strong at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they both dominate their lanes very, very well, and it was really fun to see you.
Cosmos is even more cancer early game. His first levels are fucking cancer, man. Sorry for being rude.
But yeah, I completely agree with you. Seeing you having to coordinate with your team to try and get something out there, that was unfortunate in that first game of the finals match. I think, was it that you blinked in the wrong direction and ended up dying to that Cosmos? Was that what happened?
Sorry, could you repeat? I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
No problem. In that first game, it looked like you had a blink that maybe went in the wrong direction and you ended up dying.
Yeah, the first game against the Rex team, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, honestly, but I think that was ping issue, I think, because I blinked backwards, but it made me blink like in the, I don't know if in the middle of the starting point of my mouse and the ending point. It kind of made me blink in the middle of that direction. I don't know if it sounds correctly.
Also, in the first match when I invaded the Scat jungle and there was Bora, that was unlucky. I missed the last skill shot to kill him just because the egg ping. And there I tilted just a bit, and then our mental was like boom. Because, losing the kill already done, I would have escaped. Maybe the match would have changed a little. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Our also we played every match during this tournament. We played the same comp. Instead, these last matches, their draft actually screwed up our composition. So we again we didn't really expect all this,
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
you
I
guys
think
put
they're-
up a great fight, though. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. And you guys fought through and through to the end. It was honestly a great match to watch. And I think something, hopefully in the future, we'll have an actual full draft mode that you can actually see and pick coordinating against their team. I think that would be a very good thing to see in the future as well.
Yes, definitely.
All right, that's all I had. Jelly, you have any more questions?
I do not. Do you guys have anything that you want to say? I mean, we've got people on Twitch that are watching. Any last comments you guys want to get out?
That maybe Soliv should make some morphing scale with the timing, because I don't know, everything looks like it's just a flat thing, nothing scales during the match. Like, yeah, this.
Yeah, I hope as well they
Thank you,
will nerf tank items, because if you watch the previous match where I played Scoot Jungle, you could see I just built like 1 or 2 item of damage, then you can go full tank and do whatever you want. As well with other, this happen as well with other heroes.
Absolutely.
Basically, we are complaining, basically.
Yeah.
You guys got second place. That's nothing to scoff at. That is nothing.
No,
to
not at
scoff
all.
At.
No, we are happy actually. We are good. Thank you guys.
Second place is great. And now it just means that there's a comeback in future tournaments. You guys got to beat Zestrator Gaming next time.
Yeah, of course.
We hope so.
Hopefully.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations
Thank
again
you.
on second place for you and all the Cloud9 team. And we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye bye.
All right, everyone. Well, that was the interview with both the first and second place teams. We are so happy that we were able to do that. Thank you again for Get Through Gaming. I'll post their link in Twitch chat as well. Make sure you guys join up for future tournaments. And it's just a great community to hang out in. Thank you guys again for hosting us. I know you guys, some of you are present in our chat right now. And we appreciate it very much.
Yeah, that's all I had. That was a really fun watch. It was a fun game couple of fun games to cast, and yeah, hopefully Soliv can learn from this tournament and just a few things, especially that Prime Guardian.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys, and this is Mangoose and Jellyknees signing off.
Bye. Mangoose. Special shout out to channel members: I Bloodhunter, Jellyknees, Meow Mix for Men, Stunt, Raven, and Blastoise King.